Another Tattletail Kaleidoscope theory? You betcha! Hey yo Prodigies, Podcharles here, and in this video I'll be sharing with you a Tattletail Kaleidoscope theory. This one will explain who sent the mysterious notes. If you would like more horror game theories, remember to subscribe and tap that bell, as there will be more to come. And just before we begin, if you cannot watch this video all the way through right now, remember to tap Add To and select Watch Later to save your progress. Or just do it for fun. Let's start with what we know. We know that the main character receives notes while exploring their memories and the kaleidoscope. We also know that the notes that the main character receives look like they came from Waygetter due to the eye symbol that we see with each note. The notes look like they were written in a friendly and helpful tone. And finally, the notes look like they were written by somebody who also explored their own memories. Got all those facts? Now let's bring it all together. We know that the main character receives many notes from a mysterious sender while they explore their memories, but who could this be? Looking at these notes, we can see that they were written in a friendly and casual tone, so it's safe to say that the sender knows the main character, at least on the level of an acquaintance. This means that the person who sends these notes could also be a friend or relative. In my Kaleidoscope Explained theory, we mentioned that if the kaleidoscope is a collection of memories, then the main character would be a bit older during the events of the expansion than they were in the original Tattletail. Given this, it's tough to say exactly who the sender might be. Some Prodigies believe that the person sending the notes is a Waygetter employee, and they suggest that the main character might have eventually ended up working for Waygetter when they grew up. This is a great idea, and I actually thought this myself at one point, but there is still one really strong fact against it. Two of the notes that we receive give us messages that suggest that whoever is helping the main character was also plunged into the same memories of the Christmas of 1998. These messages say things along the lines of, "I'm just glad I don't have to choose this time," when choosing between entering the kaleidoscope and going to bed. And wow, I'm impressed. You did a lot better than I did when finishing the game. The fact that the notes also refer to the main character in the third person also rules out the possibility of them sending notes to themselves, as if they were thinking through their decisions. While the sender might also have entered their own memories of the Christmas of 1998 and had similar options and events in the past, they just seem way too familiar with the main character's memories to be saying things like this, especially with the timing of each of their messages. However, none of this rules out that the main character might have become a Waygetter employee. Remember that the kaleidoscope may be a device used by Waygetter that allows them to plant memories into the minds of others. So, who is left to consider? Some Prodigies believe that it's the father, as many believe that the father was strangled by Mama in the VHS commercial from the original Tattletail. This would make sense given the father would have had a bad experience with Mama that he could have gone through in his own old memories. But what if the father had died from his first encounter with Mama? In my Was Dad Killed theory, we found some striking evidence that shows that this might be the case. Check it out by tapping the card that appears in the top right. Remembering that the trailer showed a pool of blood around the character and the game didn't, maybe the decision to have this character die was changed at the last moment. Despite this, I still think that the character died and this blood was removed to reduce the maturity rating of the game so that more people could enjoy Tattletail. But Prod, you might ask, who else would be familiar with the main character's house and might have had traumatic contact with Mama? I'm glad you asked. I think that the next most viable character to have helped us would be the mother. Remember that the mother was also in the original Tattletail, but just stayed in her room the whole time. We know that she's there because whenever we knocked on her door, she would let out an annoyed yawn. The mother would know the house inside and out, and would have heard the crazy stories you told her about Mama Tattletail. This ties in with the kaleidoscope being a collection of all memories, whether they are good or bad, or real or not. Given that knocking on Mum's door while Mama is chasing us will result in a Mama jump scare from within the mother's room, there is a chance that the mum might even have had contact with Mama. Also, many Prodigies believe that the mother is a Waygetter employee, and she might have left traces of Waygetter items such as Night Night and Snow Globe, and confidential Waygetter documents, such as the memory triggers and the patent, all around the house for the main character to find by accident. Given that they are such early memories, it would also make sense that they appear fragmented in the main character's mind, as if each memory was on the tip of their tongue, but they couldn't quite remember it. The mother would also do her best to make the player feel comfortable with their actions, to the point of being accepting of them going to bed instead of entering the kaleidoscope. Why would any regular Waygetter employee want the baby Tattletails to be educational forever? This would also explain why the mother would have their own memories of the Christmas of 1998 to explore, and would give reasoning behind her being hazy on whether Mama was banned or not. What do you think? There is still one more case to consider, which is quite a stretch, but interesting nonetheless. Some prodigies believe that the person sending these messages was the first victim of Mama's bite that was rumoured in the Tattletail Steam page. This character would also be known as the main character's sibling, who we see in the photos around the house. Considering that this other character would also have had bad memories of Mama and be familiar with the house in the original Tattletail, this would make a lot of sense. However, there's still the matter of the sibling not having their own room in the house, unless the siblings slept in the same bed. Remember to subscribe and tap that bell for more cool and interesting horror game theories and secrets. If you enjoy horror game theories, be sure to check the description for a link to all of the theories and secrets, and Prodigies, I really hope that these theories help you to expand on how you think, so it can help you with how you go about your thinking in your daily lives. See ya!